So you're dreaming of teaching English abroad, right? Seeing the world, making a difference. But then you hit that one huge question. Is an online TEFL certification actually legit? Well, today, we're going to figure that out.
Okay, let's just dive right in. This is the question, isn't it? It can make or break your entire plan. You see hundreds of courses online. Some are super cheap, some are pretty expensive. But the big question is, will any of them actually get you a job in, say, Seoul or Madrid or Buenos Aires? It's a massive concern, and honestly, it should be.
So, is an online TEFL valid? Well, the simple answer is yes. And also no. I know, super helpful, right? But stick with me, because the real answer is all in the details. And by the end of this, you'll know exactly what to look for and what to avoid. To really get to the bottom of this, we first need to get crystal clear on what a TEFL certificate even is, and more importantly, why schools on the other side of the world even care about it. TEFL, it just stands for Teaching English as a Foreign Language. But what it really is the global standard. For a school director looking at your resume, seeing that TEFL certification means one simple thing. You've been professionally trained in how to actually teach English. It's basically the key that unlocks the door to real job opportunities. But here's the kicker. Not all keys are created equal. A cheap 20-hour certificate you found online isn't going to open the same doors as a comprehensive, properly accredited one. So what is it that makes a TEFL certificate the real deal? It really all comes down to four essential things, the four pillars, if you will. You need internationally recognized accreditation, a minimum of 120 course hours, a hands-on practicum, and university-level instructors. The hours and accreditation prove you have the knowledge, but that practicum, that proves you can actually do it in a real classroom. And the instructors, well, their qualifications guarantee the quality of the whole thing. Get these four right, and you're golden. Let's break them down. All right, first up, let's talk about time. Because in the world of TEFL, there's one number that pretty much everyone recognizes as the industry standard. And yep, that magic number is 120. 120 hours. That is the global benchmark for a serious TEFL program. It's not just some random number they pulled out of a hat. It's what employers and even visa departments all around the world have come to expect. And here's why that number is so critical. If you show up with, say, a 40-hour certificate, a serious employer might just see that as a weekend workshop. To be a real contender for the good jobs, you've got to hit that 120-hour mark. It's pretty much non-negotiable. Next up is what is arguably the most crucial factor of all, accreditation. This is the official stamp of approval that proves your course is legit. You know, here's a great way to think about it. You wouldn't trust a university that accredited itself, would you? Of course not. The exact same principle applies to TEFL. Legitimate accreditation has to come from an independent third-party organization that has checked out the course's curriculum, its instructors, everything. They are the quality control. So how do you spot the good from the bad? Well, the green flags are things like verification by well-known external bodies and real independent oversight. The red flags you got to watch out for are vague claims, no mention of who the accreditor is, or, and this is a big one, a school that accredits itself. The bottom line here is you always have to research the accrediting body itself, not just the school. So let's say you found a 120-hour, properly accredited online TEFL course. You're ready to go, right? Well, not quite, because a global standard is one thing, but the final piece of the puzzle is knowing what employers in your dream country actually want. And where you want to teach really does matter. In East Asia, for instance, a 120-hour online TEFL is the norm, but you'll almost always need a bachelor's degree for the visa. But then you look at a competitive market like Western Europe, and that's where that practicum, the live teaching practice, becomes a huge advantage. Employers there often prefer it. And in Latin America, things can vary a lot from school to school, which makes a strong accredited certificate your best, most flexible tool. Okay, I get it. This is a lot of information to juggle. So how do you put it all into practice without getting totally overwhelmed? Here is a simple, smart choice checklist to help you pick the right program for you. 4 simple steps. First, verify that accreditation. Don't just take the school's word for it. Google the accrediting body. Second, confirm it meets that 120-hour international standard. Third, and this is a big one people often forget, ask about the instructors. Who is actually teaching you? They should be pros with advanced degrees, like a master's or a PhD. You're paying for their expertise, after all. And finally, read recent reviews from people who have graduated and are out there right now teaching abroad. Their real-world experience is pure gold.
So let's circle all the way back to that first question. Is an online TEFL legit? The answer is a definite yes, as long as you choose the right one. A properly accredited 120-hour course can literally be your passport to the world. So the real question isn't whether the door can be opened, it's, are you holding the right key? Thanks for joining me.